You know, it's kind of funny. I'm about to do a video on this laptop, forgetting that I'm using the laptop. It just goes to show you how well this laptop has actually gotten into my daily rotation. After all, the search for a great and on-the-go laptop can feel quite endless, and for somebody like me, the laptop has to fill a number of criteria. First off, it has to be easy enough to travel with in both transit and in general while at my destinations, so as not to weigh me down during what will be undoubtedly a lot of time on my feet. The laptop also better have the chops to handle my workflows, even if I am on vacation. And of course, when it is a work trip, it has to keep up with me during those mission-critical tasks. And honestly, it really wouldn't hurt if the notebook was really good at distracting me from time to time. After all, I'm not really one to just work away on a plane for hours on end. Between naps and meals, I like to watch some shows and play some games. So imagine my surprise when a laptop came by that actually fulfilled a whole lot of those criterias, and it was all done by way of an enterprise-forward lineup typically made for business professionals. ASUS is making a real push for their ExpertBook line to reach more people, and solo content creators and entrepreneurs like myself seems like a logical step in that direction. So what's the result? Well, the result is a great experience with a laptop that sometimes feels like it's trying to defy the laws of physics, because in some ways, ASUS definitely pushed the boundaries with this Ultra notebook. So join me as I bring one of the nimblest laptops with me across the Pacific and through multiple countries, getting a ton of things done along the way. Hey, it's Joshua Vergara. What's going on, everybody? This is the lightweight but still very powerful ASUS ExpertBook Ultra. Shouts out to ASUS for sponsoring this video. The ExpertBook Ultra was already in my sights after a great showing at CES, where ASUS actually showed off a deconstructed version of the newly announced laptop to show just how much insane engineering went into this sleek and lightweight package. Seriously, ASUS managed to fit so much into this small and thin chassis. And while the display might be of a 14-inch display size, it is an incredible 3K tandem OLED, and this right here just serves as one example of how every aspect of this laptop was well thought out to be as high quality as it could be. Hence, the term Ultra is starting to make a bit more sense, isn't it? My journey with the ExpertBook Ultra would take me to ASUS's home country of Taiwan, as it would be my workhorse for Computex 2026, where the laptop was also being exhibited at their sensory overload of a booth. Now, while this was going to be a great companion in my airplane seat for what would be a 12+ hour flight across the Pacific, the actual journey itself would get off to a very rocky start. Massive delays kept me in the airport lounge for hours only for the flight itself to actually get cancelled. That meant my layover in San Francisco became a whole day's visit. Luckily and very thankfully, my girlfriend's sister and her boyfriend took good care of me and made the best of a terrible situation. And I can also say that about this ExpertBook Ultra, since I decided to try and get at least a few things done during my extended layover. And that is thanks to the aforementioned 3K tandem OLED, which you can see in action here. I'm shining the light on it. Not only do the two OLED light-emitting layers stack together to create a super bright and super vivid display, it is all also behind a matted anti-glare panel that made the viewing experience easy to work with across all kinds of lighting scenarios. And that, of course, means working in any cafe or maybe a wine bar on this particular day, and even outdoors. Perhaps work would be the last thing on my mind after such a harrowing experience with canceled flights and whatnot, but it was easy to just jump in and out of the productivity mindset since the ExpertBook Ultra didn't take up much room in my bag or weigh me down much at all. So I could come and work and go as I pleased during that day, which I called making the most of it. Speaking of which, a big shout out to my, let's call them saviors during that stressful day, as the overnight flight to Taipei finally eventually happened and I could get myself to Computex 2026. Now, the tandem OLED might have been a little too bright at times during the very few hours that I did work on that flight, since it was probably illuminating my row and the row behind me when I decided to get some script writing done. I probably wasn't hitting the 1400 nits HDR peak brightness at any point, but when all the lights are out on that plane, 600 nits of typical brightness is still a lot. So while I am trying to get some work done on that flight, let's go ahead and talk through some of the general stylings and features of this ExpertBook Ultra. I mean, you only have to look at this thing to be kind of wowed by it. It is pretty slight, but plenty light. 10.9mm thin makes this one of the easiest to fit laptops in any of my backpacks, which also prompted me a few times on this trip to put it in a carrying sleeve and then put that setup into some sort of tote bag for some quick cafe outings. All that's made better with the 0.99 kilogram weight, which is pretty wild to see for how much I've been able to get done using this laptop. Everything is powered by the Series 3 Intel Core Ultra X7 processors, specifically the Intel Core Ultra X7 358H in my unit, but the ExpertBook Ultra can come with up to the Series 3 Intel Core Ultra X9. What really gets me about this processing package though is the ARC graphics, which certainly helped with my creative workflows in apps like DaVinci Resolve. The whole processing package pumps out up to 50 watt TDP and provides some great performance even when off plug. It also lasts quite a while with a 70 watt-hour battery that ASUS claims can go for up to 24 hours. Now, given my heavier workloads, I tend to get that full day of usage based on a combination of closed, like this, standby time, just running around, being on the move, and then short bursts of work done for maybe a couple of hours at a time. And as far as full-on video editing goes in DaVinci Resolve, I've been able to get a solid 4 to 5 hours with other apps turned off and the timeline resolution set to half. So that kind of summarizes most of the work scenarios that I had with the ExpertBook Ultra during my trip abroad, especially during the more intense productivity that Computex would require of me. Putting all of this together really made for the main aha moments in my time with the ExpertBook Ultra. The core experience I just outlined is important, sure, but ASUS went even further by making sure all of the peripherals were top-notch as well. Take, for example, this touchpad. Yes, we are going to spend some time talking about the touchpad because it rocks a haptic engine. ASUS highlights this as an innovation because the haptics had to fit under the area, that is the large touch-sensitive area, and then above the specially curved 70 watt-hour battery, all while maintaining this really thin front facade. The result is a touchpad that feels very smooth and then has that meaty, clicky feel when pressing down, but you're not actually physically clicking something, you're just kind of applying a little bit of pressure. That's pretty wild because it wasn't until I got into using this laptop that I realized plenty of other traditional click touchpads actually require quite a bit of actuation force. Now, while a light tap is obviously going to be more than enough, maybe a double light tap is going to be enough to get you to where you need to go, a full press always feels just that little bit more intentional. So it's great to feel that assured click without having to expend nearly as much energy pressing down. But obviously, as a typist for my YouTube video scripts, I spend way more time with the keyboard above that touchpad, and that's also another highlight of the daily use here. 1.5 millimeters of key travel gives each key a decidedly meatier feel, and however slight that improvement might be over other laptop keyboards, well, a little actually goes a long way. Gaming laptops, for example, might require more actuation force, like you really want to know you're hitting that WASD over on the side, while other daily laptops might have keyboards that are a bit too shallow and thus don't feel as satisfying. For a notebook that is supposed to be productivity forward, the input experience has to be as good as possible for long work sessions and to make it a worthy daily driver of a workstation. So with all that considered, when you hear this laptop is an ExpertBook and it goes Ultra, you know that ASUS is really putting a lot of thought into all of it, and I think it succeeds. This laptop also succeeds in being a little bit extra, and it's those details that I feel are just a cherry on top of an already surprising package. For example, right under this ASUS ExpertBook area is a light bar. And that light bar reveals itself when you open up the laptop and get into Windows, as you can see there. For the most part, I just see it when I wake the laptop up, or I turn it off and turn it back on from time to time, but really it's a nice little flourish that could probably expand into more functionality, but it's just a nice little extra signature that ASUS put into this ExpertBook Ultra. And speaking of this lid, the bezels are super minimal, as you've been seeing, and have just enough room for a webcam that has this super slight, super tiny privacy cover that does its job effectively. And then another nice touch, pun intended, is the fingerprint reader being integrated into the power button here in the top corner. The privacy cover and this fingerprint reader are kind of signatures to the ExpertBook line, as security even within the laptop and its software are equally as important. Now, this is going to be a big acronym, but the ExpertBook Ultra is NIST SP 800-193 compliant, making it a very safe and secure computing platform for you to use, even if your enterprise or your business doesn't have its own IT department like mine. And finally, the speakers were another aha moment with this notebook. I'm in hotel rooms all the time, and if the TV in the room isn't smart, it's good to know that the great screen on my laptop can not only give me my YouTube or Netflix, but it can also fill the room with decently rich audio to go along with the visuals. I say decently rich, but it's still pleasantly surprising that this thin of a laptop can sound like this. Anyway, let's get back to work. Computex was one heck of a show this year, which means that I had to switch gears quickly and often in order to get all of my work done. This included hitting the ground running as I got into Taipei the morning of day one, hoping that the hours of sleep I got on the plane were enough to sustain me. Thankfully that would be the case, and the laptop was along for the ride. And while I was able to rely on the ExpertBook Ultra to come along with me both physically and in terms of battery life and for running around the convention show floor, I realized as I looked around the I.O., there was one thing that was missing: an SD card slot. Footage from the booths and around the show had to be imported on the fly so that I could free up space in my cards, but I had to rely on an external SD card reader in order to do that. It is a minor issue honestly, but it is one that bears mentioning. That said, the I.O. of the ExpertBook Ultra is still quite robust, with high-speed charging capable USB-C ports on either side, alongside dual USB-A ports that would come in handy for any peripherals, like for my mouse. And then of course there is an HDMI port over here, just in case you do want to connect to an external monitor. Importing footage while on the move during the day, occasionally editing in the media room, and definitely getting more of those edits done in the evenings asked quite a bit of the laptop, and I think it kept up really well. And that actually included a work-related trip away from the main convention floor, as ASUS did bring me along for a bit of Taipei tourism. Now, to be fair, the few times that I did get onto the laptop was always at a table and often at a cafe that was part of the scheduled programming, but we did get brought out to a few key outdoor parts of the outskirts of Taipei, including at a national park that had some fun Carabao friends just chilling in the mud. Despite the ExpertBook Ultra sporting mil-spec durability, the laptop would not be chilling with them, it would be chilling in my bag most of the time outside.
Now, obviously, with the ASUS ExpertBook Ultra, there's not a whole lot connecting sulfuric smells and beautiful vistas and landscapes like this to the laptop itself. However, I do have my backpack with all of my gear on me. I'm trying to get some great footage here in order to just add some color to this video about a laptop that is pretty great. It's in my backpack right now though, and it is so light, so easy to just run around with that. I can have it in here and it barely registers as more gear that I have to lug around when hiking up mountains like this.
Now the laptop can handle the occasional smudge and plenty of fingerprints, you can kind of see them here, but the nano ceramic coating makes it easy to just wipe things up, and a whole lot of those blemishes actually go away quite easily. Some time at a Japanese-inspired cafe later on would really provide the most common backdrop for how I use the ExpertBook Ultra the most, but I will keep coming back to the fact that the laptop barely weighed me down at all during all of the running around in between. And the final leg of the trip brought me to Seoul, where my girlfriend would meet me for a week of relaxation, well, relative to the fact that I pretty much bring my work with me everywhere I go. That did include sitting down in a new Starbucks in the Gwangjang Market, which was a gorgeous location complete with comfortable seating at bright windows that were still no match for the anti-glare screen. Expanding the usability a little bit with the laptop included using a pair of AR glasses, and of course getting more of my footage from my cameras via direct USB-C connections or external card readers. And as I mentioned before, it was just so easy to run around with the ExpertBook Ultra simply because of how light it is despite all the capabilities, which already proved itself time and again on that trip. So much so, in fact, that after everything we've been through together, I have continued to use the ExpertBook Ultra ever since coming back from that trip. And I think that says a lot about where this actually landed in my daily life and work. Despite being an enterprise-forward laptop, it has plenty to offer for everyone else. A big thanks again to ASUS for sponsoring this video and for letting me tag along during the Taipei tourism part of my time at Computex 2026. The ExpertBook Ultra has simply been such a great time, and part of that is because of the efficient but still powerful Series 3 Intel Core Ultra X7 processor that then gets supported by all the crazy engineering and plenty of thought that ASUS put into this stacked but not jacked package. That's the power of ASUS with Intel inside. So to learn more about the ASUS ExpertBook Ultra and its Series 3 Intel Core Ultra X7 processing package, check out the links found in the description and in the pinned comment below. From there though, I'm going to go ahead and call it on this one. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. Please take care of yourselves and each other, and enjoy your tea, everybody.